Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Hello, beautiful empaths. Hello, beautiful souls. You tuned in to Denzel Moore's Unscripted. You're most welcome to my page. You're most welcome to my channel. The only channel where we break empaths free. You're very tuned in to the channel where they talks about the awakening of the super empath. Now, guys, it's a really beautiful day. It's a pleasure to have you guys on board, and welcome to my new subject for today, which is going to concern the spiritual side of toxic relationships. So, in this subject, I'm going to talk about the super empaths versus the narcissist, or the super empath versus the psychopaths, or super empaths versus the sociopaths. So, I mean, like, it is going to I'm going to address the real reason why you found yourself involved in a toxic relationships, and why the real reason why you met a toxic person, and what was behind the scenes, what was playing behind the scenes, the unseen, those things that you didn't see, something what you didn't see coming. Now, first of all, guys, you always have to remind yourself that the statistics show around the world that 1 in every 10 people is a narcissist. So definitely, that's a very huge number, and that is a very high scale of abusive people who usually definitely cause like toxic relationships around the world. So if you're an empath, or somebody who they call a codependent, at some point in your life, you're going to find yourself involved in a toxic relationship. This is not, I mean, I don't want to scare anybody out there, but definitely if you're an empath, unfortunately but true, it is very possible that you are going to get involved at one point in your life. You're going to get involved with a toxic relationship, and you're going to get involved in an abusive relationship. So anyhow, when that comes to you, my page is to create awareness and shed some light on those things you will see, and some of the things you could expect, and probably I will give you some solutions on how to protect yourselves, or probably how to identify that you're in a toxic situation and how to get out of there. So in this subject specifically, we're going to talk about the spiritual side of the toxic relationships. Now, always, guys, you need to remind yourself that when you meet, you might have one of those days, you're just having a walk, regular walk, and you're doing your normal things. Maybe you're on the dating sites, or probably in the shops somewhere, and somebody just crosses your path. So when that person crosses your path or gets some kind of contact with you, you guys get along very well, because in the beginning stages of things are so sweet, and things look too good to be real and too good to be true. So definitely you get involved with those people, and you get involved with them, and you start dating them, and things start to kick off in a very quick way that sometimes is very good to be true. Now, when you get into dating those people more, when you get deep and deeper into the relationship, that's when we start to realize that there is some kind of there are some kind of signs you start to see in a person. So there are some signs you start to see whereby you start to double check how authentic is that relationship and how authentic is that person. So you're going to see some of those signs. They will start like showing 1 or 2 or 3 signs that will show you that probably it could be a toxic relationship. And because you're an empath, most of the time you find that empaths sometimes they tend to be very forgiving people. So they just tend to like brush off all those red flags in the beginning of the relationship. You know what I mean? So you just decide to go deeper and go deeper and go deeper. You will see some of those signs, you will ignore them. You see some of the signs, you ignore them. And then later on, when you realize that actually after a couple of months, or maybe after 1 year or something like that, the intensity of the abuse, the abuse becomes very intense. So the whole abuse thing becomes very intense. Sometimes it can be physical, you can be beaten up. Sometimes it can be psychological, and it becomes to be very intense, whereby sometimes it's even very visible to you, because somebody will be beating you physically. Sometimes somebody will be manipulating you, psychologically, and killing, killing your self-esteem, killing your pride, killing your, killing your dreams. Because most of the times, the reason why I've said that this is a spiritual, this is something what to do, something what is connected, very much connected with the spiritual part of things, spiritual aspect of things, is that always you need to remember that these people, they can come to your life for a reason. So they come to your life for a reason. There is no actual genuine reason why they came to you. They had a specific reason why they came to you. So most of the time, you may find that they might have come to you because they're looking for sex. So they might have come to you because they're looking for money, or they might have come to you because of something you possess. Probably you have a beautiful house. Probably you're a very established. You're a very established guy. You're wealthy. You have a good job. You have a good sense of humor. So there are some of those specific reasons that those people come to you. But the whole basic knowledge and the basic idea behind everything is that they are not actually coming to you because they really love you. The only reason why they're actually coming to you is just because of that thing what you have that they're looking for. Because these people, normally abusive people, they're looking for fuel. So it's like driving a car. Definitely, that when you're driving a vehicle, that vehicle needs fuel to move. You know what I mean? So they need fuel to fuel their life, to fuel their ego, to fuel their self-esteem. You know what I mean? Because those people, normally, they're hiding behind the shadows, and they are not showing their proper colors and who they exactly are. They have that kind of facade, the false facade they're putting on the face, something what they call the fake mask. They're kind of wearing a fake mask, an invisible mask that is not visible by the naked eye. But definitely, when you dig deep into this psychological thing, that's when actually you're going to be able to strip that mask off of their face, and you're able going to see them exactly for who they are. So when you're an empath out there and you're involved in a deeply abusive relationship, always you need to remind yourself that the whole thing has got nothing to do with the individual as a person, the person who you're with. So the whole thing has got everything to do with it has got nothing to do with them. It has got everything to do with the thing, the reason, with the actual thing, the actual reason they came to get out of you, the actual part of the actual type or the actual fuel that you have in you, that is burning in you, that they want to come and take from you. You know what I mean? So most of the time, you can find yourself that they're coming to you for, because they need somebody. These people, they don't have self-esteem, so they're very low in their self-esteem, and they're very high in their egos. So most of the time, you'll find that they are coming to you. They will come to you because they have already seen it. If you're an empath, normally empaths have that kind of validation. They want to validate people because they want people to feel good about themselves. So they have that ability to validate someone. So in that course, they are coming to you because they need somebody who is going to be validating them. They need somebody who will help them to boost their ego, so that they can feel good about themselves, feel good about the things. These people, they don't have anything. There's something what they used to call something what, like, it's like an eggshell. It's like an egg without the content inside. So normally these people, they're like empty shells. They're like an egg without the content. So there's no content in them. You know what I mean? So it's like when you're in that relationship, you're going to realize that these people, actually, they're so empty. You know what I mean? They are very extremely aggressive. They are very poor in judgment. In judging, they are very poor in their judgment, and they do not have the capacity to judge things very well. Sometimes you will see them doing very, very obvious things, and in your head you'll be thinking, exactly, why are they doing this? You know what I mean? And you'll never find the actual reason why they are doing this, because you as a person who is healthy, you are going to be able to judge that situation, that this is exactly wrong. But for them, they don't have that ability to make a proper judgment of things. And some of the things what they do, they will be always very questionable, and you'll always have to think that exactly this thing what they have done is actually out of order, and it's not possible that somebody can do something like that. And those are some of the things you're going to see during the relationship, which are going to make you believe that actually all those things are red flags and something that you should look out for. Now, the spiritual part of this whole thing is that because I've told you these people, they're empty shells. They do not have. It's like these people. It's people who are soulless. They don't have a soul. So they do not have a soul like you that can reason like a healthy being. So they don't have the ability to comprehensively to extensively figure out the things they are doing in front of you or the things they are doing to you. So they do not have the capacity to feel the way you feel because they're empty shells and they cannot feel. They don't have a soul. So the spiritual part of it is that you need to understand that usually these people, they are possessed with a certain spirit, and it is basically the spirit of destruction. So because I don't know whether they know it or they don't know it, but either way, most of the time it's believed that those people, they are possessed with a spirit, and that spirit is the main aim of the spirit is to destroy. So whatever they come into contact with, it has got to be destroyed. Anybody who meets them on their path, it does not matter whether it is a friend. This doesn't only have to do with relationships, but also the people who is their friends, or even sometimes their family, even sometimes even their children, sometimes even their family, sisters, brothers. Anybody who comes into contact with these people, they have got to be destroyed, because that is the programming. This is like something like a software in the heads, whereby they know that their programming in the head knows that anytime I meet somebody, it is much and more about what am I going to get from them. It is not much about, it has nothing to do with what I feel for them, because they don't have feelings. They don't feel like real, genuine feelings for people. They do only think about those things they can take from somebody. So the spiritual part of this thing is that when they come into contact with somebody, whether it's you or anybody out there, they only have an agenda to destroy everything left of you. They will always destroy. Sometimes you find yourself in constant, games, mind games. You'll find yourself in constant stress. Sometimes, I've had so many cases whereby people have gotten very, very deeply depressed, and they are, because when the abuse gets very deep in the head, they get kind of depressed, and they're always in depressive situations, and sometimes they cannot get away. You know what I mean? So it is a destruction program, whereby a person who is toxic, it's like when you're having a cup of tea, and somebody, instead of adding sugar to the tea, they will add salt to the tea. So that tea becomes toxic. You know what I mean? So you cannot drink the tea because the tea becomes very toxic. And even if you drink it, you don't feel good about it. So this is the way also those relationships work, and how you start to walk the road to destruction. So most of the times, the things you will see, you will find yourself always in debt. You'll always be in debt, because most of the money you have will be going, you will be just disappearing from your account. You don't know what you're doing with your money. Sometimes you will be getting fired from your jobs because you cannot perform very well, because you're always in deep states of depression, and always in deep states of stress. And most of the time, you lose focus of the life, that the real life you should live, and you can lose focus of yourself. So you can stop to think by yourself, and you can stop to think logical about things. So the spiritual part of it is, all you need to understand is that there is a spiritual mindset behind these people, and the spiritual programming, or something what I can call the spiritual agenda. What you need to understand, that when somebody is toxic, there is no genuine feeling, or there is no genuine reason as to why, or as to how, or as to why they have come into your life. The only reason they have come to your life is actually to destroy you, and they have got to make sure that they destroy you completely by way of manipulation, by way of abuse, manipulation. Sometimes it can be physical, like I've said, or sometimes it can be emotional. But all you need to prepare yourself, and you need to be aware of, is that these people who are toxic, when in a toxic relationship, you must always find a way to excuse yourself when it is very early, so that you can be able to save your life, and to save those people who you're close to, or those people who count on you, or those people who depend on you. So the spiritual part of that thing is that you are being programmed to get destroyed. So you are on the road to destruction. Destruction will come in so many ways, because these people have got a spirit of destruction. A person who is toxic, usually, basically, behind their minds, or behind deep in their heads, they are programming you for destruction. So anything they do with you, if you're in a relationship with them, They are programming themselves to destroy you, and they're programming themselves to destroy your life. First of all, they're programming yourselves to destroy your self-esteem. They're programming yourselves to destroy your dreams, because most of the time when you have big dreams for yourself, you'll find that you cannot pursue these dreams, whatever dreams they are, whether you're trying to pursue a career for yourself, you're trying to pursue a very good job opportunity, you're trying to push yourself up to the limits, you will find yourself like stagnant in one way or the other, and you just cannot push yourself to the to your higher goals. You cannot push yourself to your higher goals, because you always find yourself like you're blocked, because these people, they are usually basically enemies of progress, and they will not accept you to advance on a higher level. So they will keep you in that kind of bondage, psychological bondage, which will keep you in a very, very, very low state of consciousness, and you'll stop to reason properly, and you stop to think about the basic things, the most important things you're supposed to do. So it's very vital to understand that the spirit within them is just there to destroy very, very healthy individuals, because first of all, the reason why they are destroying you is because they cannot be like you. They cannot be like you, and they cannot do the same things you do. They cannot reason the same way you reason, and that is why they have to come to you, so that they can mirror you, because there's that kind of thing what they call the mirror effect. Some of those things you'll be doing because they are normal things, definitely because you are an unhealthy individual. So you'll be doing the normal things, and those people will be just mirroring what you do for them to be able to survive. So that is the spiritual aspect of things, whereby they are just in that situation that they are just mirroring you, and taking themselves or believing that they are normal, and they are doing the things that are normal, because in actual sense they're just mirroring you. They cannot do normal things by themselves. So guys, always remind yourself, the only thing they have always talked about, even in the Bible, for those of you who are into religion and all that, or even in the Bible or even in spirituality, they've always said that the only thing the enemy wants from you is to destroy you completely, and to bring you down, and to kill your pride, and to kill your self-esteem, so that you can become a person on a low, or you can live a life on a very low vibration. And definitely we all know that when you're living your life on a low vibration, you're going to attract all those things that are on the low vibration. You're going to attract a lot of debts in your life. You're going to lose your jobs. Most of the time you're going to lose friends, because when you're vibrating low, when you're in a low vibration, you're going to lose a lot of people. You lose families, you lose friends. Sometimes, most of the cases, you can find yourself losing jobs. Sometimes you can find you will lose every important thing that you have in your life left of you, because you're in a low vibration. So when you're the toxic person, the logic behind that is that they are putting you on a very low vibration, and not allowing you to progress. So they will not allow all those small things that you have in your head, that you want to grow, you want to dream big, you want to achieve more, you want to move to higher levels. They will make sure that they do not accept that, and they will always make sure that they keep you entrapped psychologically on a low vibration, so that you cannot achieve and you cannot go higher. You know what I mean? So it is only by excluding yourself and jumping out of toxic relationships, or whatever, de-associating yourself with toxic people, it is the only way you're going to realize that actually you can do more. You know what I mean? There is many things you can do. You can grow, you can meet very important people, you can be your best version, you can do so much. You know what I mean? But when you're in a toxic relationship, the spiritual part of it, guys, is that you are there to get destroyed. The only reason, there is no other way around it, unfortunately. But the only thing you always need to remind yourself is that you are headed for destruction, and the earlier and the better you realize that you're heading for destruction, is the earlier you need to start getting yourself up and moving on, and living the life you want, and stepping out of toxicity, because anyhow you cannot have the chance, or you do not have the capability to grow. You know what I mean? So it is in the essence that it is much of the essence that in the toxic situation or a toxic relationship, you're just heading for destruction. There's nothing more than that. There's no sugarcoating it, and there's no other way around it. It's only way and the only route you have to take to be destroyed, or to completely be destroyed, and you can never. Sometimes even I've had so many situations of people who have completely lost their minds. They have completely been psychologically destroyed, and they cannot never anymore, do things anymore, like logically do things anymore, like reason anymore, like think anymore. They're just like moving robots. You know what I mean? So you become like a walking robot. Actually, you become a walking dead man. You know what I mean? Or a walking dead woman, or whatever. Whereby you're already dead, but you're still walking and you're still doing the other things, but your mind is already gone and you're completely dead. So on my page, I usually create awareness, and I usually help empaths, and I usually help lost souls get their life back and get their shit together. You know what I mean? If I can use the word like that. So guys, if you need a one-on-one coaching, if you need help, and you need a one-on-one coaching with me, I'm going to leave my email down in the description box below, and you can always get in touch with me, and we can share together, and I will help you if you're in a toxic relationship, or in a toxic, even a friendship or something like that. I will always help you, and just get in touch with me for a private coaching, and I will be coaching you how you can break the chains, and how you can make yourself free, and how you can step out of toxicity and live a better life. So guys, other than that, being the most unscripted guys, been a pleasure, sir. Been a pleasure having you guys on board and sharing with you. Lovely day, beautiful rest of the day, rest of the days, and I wish you well, wish you luck, and I wish you prosperity. Other than that, there's the most signing out, guys. Peace and love you all. Bye.